Assalamualaikum and a very good morning, afternoon, evening, or whenever this video is watched. Today, me and my group members, which are myself, Awang Zaini bin Abdul Sani, and my group members, Muhammad Zari bin Linchin, Karichel John, Wendell Rostan, and Muhammad Azhar bin Matlata, will be presenting about our case study under the topic of welding. In our presentation, we'll cover the introduction, types of welding, basic concept and working procedures, advantages and disadvantages, types of joint, and safety elements. Now for the introduction. Welding is a process where two metal surfaces are combined by using an electric arc that produces heat that melts the surface, or melting it by using flame from the combination of oxygen and acetylene. This process is widely used that involves joining two or more metals, such as transportation manufacturing, furniture manufacturing, and construction sites. Without the usage of welding, combining metals is extremely hard, and without this process, no cars nor technology could be produced till this day. There are four common welding types. Three of it uses electric arc to melt the metals, which are shielded metal arc welding (SMAW), gas metal arc welding (GMAW or MIG), and gas tungsten arc welding (GTAW or TIG. And one of it uses flame to melt the metals, which are oxyacetylene welding or AW. Now for the types of welding. For the application, which we have discussed to choose a barbecue grill, which this is a gas metal arc welding (GMA or MIG type of welding. The first one is lap joint made when two metals overlap each other. The second one is corner joint made when two metals are placed in a right angle or in a 90 degrees. And the last one is T-joint made when two metals are placed together form a T shape. For the next slide, I'll hand it over to Zari. Zari, the stage is yours.
Firstly is basic concept. Metal in a gas or gas metal arc welding is a welding process in which a consumable metal electrode is used to produce the electric arc to join the metal piece together in the environment of the shielding gas. Shielding gas protect the weld from atmospheric contamination. Constant voltage, direct current power surge is used to produce the arc. First, this welding was first invented in the years 1940 for welding aluminum and other non-ferrous materials. Second, this process can be semi-automatic or automatic. Third, it uses argon and helium as the shielding gas because these two are the most economical and inert. Fourth, the metal transfer in MIG welding takes place in four primary ways, and these are globular, short-circuiting, spray, and pulse spray. Each method has its own characteristic, properties, advantages, and corresponding limitation. Secondly is working procedure. The MIG welding process is based on the principle that consumable metal electrode is used to produce an arc in between the metal electrode and the workpiece. The arc so produced creates a large amount of heat, and this heat is used to join the two metal pieces together. The whole process takes place under a shielding gas, argon or helium, to prevent the weld from atmospheric contamination. Number 1 is direction of travel. Number 2, contact tube. Number 3, electrode. Number 4 is shielding gas. Number 5, molten metal weld. Number 6, solidified weld metal. Number 7 is workpiece. In the MIG welding process, the electrode wire from the wire feed unit and shielding gas supply is attached with the welding gun. The positive terminal of the DC power switch is connected to the welding gun, and the negative terminal is connected to a clamp. The clamp is connected to the workpiece to be joined. The welding gun is brought near the workpiece, and as the trigger is pressed, the arc is produced at the tips of the welding gun. The arc produced melts the electrode wires, and it gets deposited in between the two metal pieces to be joined and form a slag-free weld. A shielding gas also starts to spread as the arc is produced. It protects the weld from reacting with atmospheric arc and prevent weld from contamination. A shielding gas also starts to spread as the arc is produced. It protects the weld from reacting with atmospheric air and prevent weld from contamination. It is clean and efficient process. This is the working of GMAW or MIG welding. Thank you.
My name is Wanda Roslan. My mix card number is 07DEM20F1018, and I will be presenting advantages and disadvantages of MIG welding. Metal inert gas welding or MIG welding is a subtype of GMAW or gas metal arc welding that is commonly used throughout the world today. MIG welding provides certain advantages when compared to other forms of welding. The advantages are: number 1, speed. Unlike other welding options, MIG welding saves time by not needing to frequently change operating materials such as gas cans or wire spools. With a stick welder, you can turn the machine on immediately, but you need to constantly change the electrodes, which will cost time. TIG welding also takes time, as it is a slow process that requires the welder to match the filler rod, the welding wand, and the foot pedal. Number 2, weld quality. MIG welding provides better pull visibility. Along with the smooth process and the better control given by the auto feed wire, good quality welds are easily made without too much effort. Slag is also very minimal due to the protection given by the shielding gas. Number 3, ease of use. MIG welding can be done using only one hand. The welder only has to pull the trigger and point. Everything flows simultaneously and easily. Auto feed wire makes it easy to control the whole process, and since everything is simultaneously done, you can fix the speed of filling the electrodes very separately. The whole process can be learned very quickly. Number 4, versatility. MIG welding is extremely versatile and can weld a variety of metals and alloys, and can operate in a variety of ways, such as semi and fully automatic. Many industries use MIG welding for this specific reason, along with home projects done by people at home. MIG is used for aluminium, copper, stainless steel, mild steel, magnesium, nickel, and many of their alloys, iron, and many more. Number 5, varied weld settings. MIG welding gives you varied settings and controls to manipulate the weld to best suit the material being used. There are two main ways to control a welder: wire speed and amperage. Wire speed controls spatter and penetration of a weld, while amperage allows you to weld thinner or thicker materials simply by increasing or decreasing heat. Number 6, productivity. Since MIG welding doesn't produce a lot of slag and welders don't need to replace rods, as well as not having to clean and brush the welds repeatedly, welders can save time and increase productivity. They're able to work more efficiently, cleanly, and quicker. These reasons and many more is why MIG welding is very popular throughout the world and very prevalent in heavy industries. Ease of use plus the added benefit of ensuring almost perfect welds from the start make it a very popular choice for beginners and veterans. But what comes up must come down. MIG welding has its disadvantages which make it undesirable for certain people and welding conditions. MIG welding, although very versatile and effective, suffers from drawbacks or disadvantages which include: number 1, cost. MIG welding equipment is complex and costly, not to mention the cost of shielding gas electrodes. Replacement parts such as tips and nozzles are very expensive. Running and maintaining a MIG welding machine is not cheap. The average price of a good machine is around $800 US. Number 2, lack of portability. MIG welding machines are not as compact or portable as other machines. Not only is the machine heavy, but one has to take into account the added weight of a canister of welding gas that is essential for protecting the weld, and the roll of wire that can be as light as 10 pounds or 4.5 kg, or heavy as 60 pounds or 27 kilograms and up. The weight renders MIG welding unsuitable to be used outside of an intended workstation. Number 3, limited positions. Due to how high the heat input is and how fluid the welding puddle is, MIG welding prevents welders from using vertical or overhead welding techniques. This might be a problem for beginner welders that don't know any other techniques. Veteran welders might also feel annoyed with the lack of choice. Number 4, intensive cleaning procedures. While the welds themselves don't need to be cleaned too much, the same can be said about the welding machine itself. MIG welders will clog up with spatter at some point, and trying to prevent this from happening is not advisable and quite frankly impossible to do. By neglecting to clean, you're likely to have issues such as the nozzle plugging up, the weld tip filling up with dirt, and the welding seizing from weld dust. Number 5. Not suitable for outdoor welding. MIG welders use protective gas to protect the purity of the weld. Due to this reason, it is unwise to use MIG welding outside. The wind will impact the effectiveness of the protective gas and reduce the quality of the weld. This is almost why all MIG welding is done indoors. Number 6. Unsuitable for thick material. MIG welding is known for its versatility with numerous metals. However, with thick materials, it's better to find another form of welding, as MIG welding doesn't deliver the proper penetration for thicker steel that requires a more solid weld. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendell. I'm Rachel. Matrix number 07DEM20F1015. So today I would like to present about the type of joints I use. First and foremost, the type of joint I use is lap joint. What is lap joint? Lap welding joint I use to join metal of different thickness together. These are filled type of weld and can be made to one or both sides of the joint. These joints are so named because one piece of metal overlaps another piece in the weld. A lap joint is used when two or more become overlapped. For symbol for lap joint, the triangular are pointing down the arrow, so we have to weld under the arrow. Before we start welding, we have to make a tack weld to grip the two workpiece. Secondly is corner joint. Corner joint is being one of the most famous weld in the sheet metal industry. The corner welding joint is used on the outer edge of the piece. This weld is a type of joint that comes together at right angle between two metal parts and L or 90 degrees. Symbol for corner joint, the triangular are pointing down the arrow plus have a flat edge, so we must weld under the arrow. Last but not least, the type of joints I use is a T-joint. A T-joints refer to the weld point on two metallic materials that are joined in the same plane at the 180 degrees combined angle with a 90 degrees angle on either side, forming the letter T. Symbol for the T-joint, the triangular pointing at the above and below the arrow, so we must weld left and right the work. Thank you, that's all from me, and the topic of safety elements I would like to pass to my teammates is Azhar.
Saya Muhammad Azhar, saya ingin menjelaskan peralatan-peralatan keselamatan yang harus digunakan semasa mengimpal dan prosedur yang harus dipatuhi semasa mengimpal. Antara peralatan-peralatan keselamatan yang harus digunakan semasa mengimpal ialah sarung tangan getah. Sarung tangan getah digunakan semasa mengimpal untuk melindungi tangan daripada benda-benda bahaya seperti besi-besi yang tajam dan benda-benda yang panas. Selain itu, face shield. Face shield digunakan semasa mengimpal untuk melindungi muka daripada percikan api dan sinaran kimpalan. Seterusnya, apron. Apron digunakan untuk melindungi pakaian daripada terkena percikan api yang boleh menyebabkan pakaian berlubang. Selanjutnya, safety boot. Safety boot sangat penting digunakan semasa masuk bengkel untuk melindungi kaki daripada benda-benda tajam dan berat yang ada di dalam bengkel. Akhir sekali, earmuff. Earmuff digunakan untuk melindungi telinga semasa melakukan kerja di dalam bengkel, kerana di dalam bengkel mempunyai tahap kebisingan yang sangat tinggi. Dan prosedur yang harus dipatuhi semasa mengimpal ialah Yang pertama, patuhi undang-undang yang telah ditetapkan semasa di dalam bengkel. Yang kedua, pakai peralatan keselamatan seperti sarung tangan getah, safety boot, apron, dan sebagainya. Yang ketiga, dapatkan arahan sebelum memulakan kerja. Yang keempat, tidak cuai semasa menjalankan tugas. Yang kelima, saling bekerja sama dengan ahli kumpulan semasa menjalankan tugas. Yang keenam, perhatikan semua semasa menjalankan tugas. Yang ketujuh, setelah kerja siap, pastikan mesin kimpalan dimatikan dengan betul. Yang ke-8, simpan semua peralatan yang digunakan di tempat asal. Dan yang ke-9, pastikan tempat kerja bersih. Itu sahaja dari saya. Terima kasih.
That's all from us. Before I end this presentation, I would like to say thank you to Madam Liana for teaching us workshop technology for this semester. Thank you.